Now, you guys are killing it so far. So Brooks, like we were saying, we don't want to add more stuff to the side of y. So what do you think we should do instead?
Divide by
2. Now, is 2 the number in front of y? No. What's the number in front of y? Carry on. 3. Now, why am I dividing by 3? Because it is the coefficient, and you divide by the coefficient to get a variable by itself. I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Now, these 3's cancel out. I'm going to turn my work over to here. Leave me with just y. What did you say, Dre?
It's -3, -4, 3.
So that's absolutely right. First, I got to divide the -2x by 3, which gives me -2 over 3x. And then what is 12 divided by 3? Cameron Dorsey, what's 12 divided by 3? What is 12 divided by 3? 4. Plus 4. So, what is my y-intercept for this equation, Jalen Miles? 4 is my y-intercept. 4 is where I would start my graph. I would start my graph up here at +4. And then what is my slope, Eric Powell? -2 over 3. Who can give me a real-world example of a slope that would give me -2 over 3? Who can raise a silent hand and give me a real-world example that would provide a slope of -2 over 3? I know it's Monday morning, but I know every single one of you can give me at least one example of these. Javon Martin.
Every 2 gallons of gas I lose, I go 3 miles.
That's awesome. For every 2 gallons of gas that I lose, I go 3 miles. Somebody give me one other example. Go ahead, Kevin Todd Belton.
$2 I lose, I gain 3.
3 what?
$3.
So these are the same. These are usually different units. So you have to give me some other different type of unit.
Every $2 I lose.
We'll come back to Kevin Todd. Guys, just Tara.
Every $2 I lose, like I gain 3 bags of chips.
3 bags of chips. Perfect. One more example. Jalen Shelton.
Oh. For every 2 Xbox I lose, I get $3 back.
For every 2 Xboxes I lose, I get $3 back. Another common example might be for every 2 weeks I spend at the gym, I lose 3 pounds. Because remember, either the top number or the bottom number can be negative. I can assign the negatives to either one. And also, when I'm graphing that, I go down 2 and over 3. 1, 2, 3. Or I can go up 2 and 3 to the left. Let's go. Oh, so with our equation here, now we say, which of these ordered pairs are a solution to the equation?
What you mean?
Hey.
Now, here's what I say by a solution. When I get an ordered pair like this, which number is x and which number is y? Ooh, like for option A, which one is x and which one is y? For my first ordered pair right here, which one of those is x and which one of those is y?
Oh, the 3 is the X and the 2 is the Y.
Absolutely right. X is on the left, y is on the right. So all we do now is plug in. I have my y equals -2/3 x plus 4. So my y value is 2, and my x value is -3. So 2 equals -2 over 3 times, in this case, -3 plus 4. Now, if this works, meaning if this equation is actually equal, then it's a solution. If not, we got to try option B. So, what is -2/3 times -3? Can anybody tell me what -2/3 times -3 is? I know some of you have the ability to access your calculators on your desk. I just see hands moving. I just see people getting ready to go. You can also do it by hand.
Oh, I know it. I know it.
Remember that a negative times a negative is a positive.
You still have 2.
It's -2.
3 over 1.
You said -1, 2/3.
You remember that both of these are negative, and a negative times a negative makes a what, Avion Love? A positive. So your answer must be positive. 3 over 6, that's absolutely right. Simplifies to 2 over 1. So I got 2 is equal, these two together give me 2, plus 4. Is 2 equal to 2 plus 4?
No.
No. So this is not a solution. What I want you guys to do is check B and C and tell me which one is the solution. You have 30 seconds. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm going to rewrite the equation down properly for you.
C.
Check quickly. We're done in 40 seconds. Cameron, I should see you moving, man. I should see you working. Make sure that you circle which answer is correct on your piece of paper. So we already know that A is incorrect. Done in 10 seconds. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3/4 of a second left. 1/2 of a second left. 1/4 of a second left. And 0. Okay, so if you pick B, I want you to put a 1 up. If you pick C, put up a 2 up. All fingers up in 3. All fingers up in 2. All fingers up in 1. Okay, if you pick, let's see here. First of all, I'm not seeing every finger up. 1 for B, 2 for C. Which one did you say? So you should have done this already. Jalen, how did you get C?
I knew B was a no solution because there was
Yep. She ain't cute, Edward, so leave it alone.
So, Jalen, you were saying something really cool about no solution. Keep going.
I said B's right because it had that 0 in it, and so that makes it a no solution.
Okay. But 0 could be equal to 0. Meaning if I subtract, if I get -4 in here, and this side, when I plug in my -4 equals 0, then 0 is equal to 0, so the solution works. That would be something that goes through the order. But let's check letter C. So did you plug in C, or you just knew that B wasn't the right answer, so you knew C was correct? All right. So Cameron, what's my Y value for C? For option C, what is my Y value? So 6 is my X value. What is my Y value? 4. So 4 equals -2/3 times 6 plus 4. So let's try -2/3 times 6. You guys can do it in your calculators, or you can do it longhand just by doing -2/3 times 6/1. 2 times 6 is going to give me 12. 3 times 1 is going to give me 3. This is negative. Who can simplify -12/3 for me? Jalen Miles, what is this equal to?
Oh.
Huh? 4. Absolutely right. -4. So, we know that these two together are going to give me -4.
You did something wrong, sir.
What did I do wrong? Find my mistake.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know.
What is -4 plus 4?
0.
0. Is 4 equal to 0?
No, it ain't.
Okay, so maybe we did something wrong. Let's check our option B then. Because Jalen, you said there's no solution here. Maybe we got something. Maybe we're on to something here. Let's see. So, B is going to give me my Y value is -4 for B, right? What's my X value? 0. So -4 is equal to -2/3
Times 0.
times 0. What is anything times 0?
0.
0. Now, something is wrong here.
Yes.
It's -8.
I know that.
Oh, I realized our mistake. Can anybody tell me what our mistake was when we simplified our equation? It goes back to when we simplified our equation. We started by subtracting 2x from both sides, which gave me what is the sign that I forgot in front of 3y?
The negative.
Negative 3y. So I need to divide both sides by negative 3. So guys, it's very important when we do this work together that we understand where our mistakes are so that we can fix any problems that we had. We're going to go back to the drawing board and we're going to do this again with it all being negative, and then I'm going to let you get to practicing on your own. So, if I divide both sides by negative 3, those cancel out, leaving me with y equals negative 2x divided by negative 3, which gives me positive 2 over 3x. And what is 12 divided by negative 3? Who can tell me what 12 divided by negative 3 is? Anybody? Anybody? Go ahead, Javon. Negative 4. So it's minus 4 instead of plus 4. Now we can plug our values in again. But based on what we just did, which value do we think is going to be the correct answer? Is there anybody that can make a guess right from the jump? Huh? You're saying C? Okay, now the only problem, what was the only problem with B? Does anyone remember what the only problem with B was? What was the problem with B when we tried to do it before, Aviana? Before, when we had B, we had negative 4 equals positive 4, right? So what was the biggest issue with this answer? We had a negative sign. And what was the issue that we found with the problem that we worked out? We misplaced a negative sign. I forgot to put in this negative sign. So I'm guessing that B is probably the right answer because when we plugged in B before, the only problem with it was that we had a negative 4 and a positive 4. So we're going to try, I would like to try B first to see if that works. My y value for B is what, Kendravius? Negative 4. Negative 4 is equal to 2 over 3 times x. What's the value of x? Kevin Tyler? 0 minus 4. Now, again, what is anything times 0, Jeremiah Burks? 0. So that's going to leave me with negative 4 is equal to 0 minus 4. What is 0 minus 4? Eric Powell, what's 0 minus 4? Huh? Negative 4. Negative 4 is equal to negative 4. Does that work? Yes. So our solution is B. Now, I am so sorry about the mistake that I made earlier. But I think it's really, really valuable for us to work through those mistakes together so long as we understand the consequences of the mistake and what the mistake was. Is everybody done writing this down? Can I move on?
Yes.
If you need 5 more seconds to write this down, raise your hand. All right, Jamal, take your time. Take your second. Go. Avion, you better work quick, man. We gotta go. If you are already done, for example 2, start working on making that equation of y equals mx plus b. Moving down to 5.
For number 2, can we just subtract x on both sides?
So, I'm glad that you said that, Javon. Who can tell me my first step for number 2? Really? My first step for example number 2. What is my very first step? Somebody help me out. Go ahead, stay around. What's the first step? Okay, second step. Minus x on both sides. Good job. So, I'm going to be left with 4y, because this is positive, is equal to negative x minus 1. Next step. Next step. I love your participation. Would you turn around? I'm going to call someone else. Miles, help me out, Mr. Miles. What's my next step? What?
Make it minus 8, like make that 1
So you want me to say, so you want me to make this negative 1 over 1? Just so that you know that our slope, okay, that's cool. What's the next thing I'm going to do though, Jalen Shelton?
4y.
So I'm going to divide both sides by 4. That's going to cancel out my 4y. We leave me with just y equals, I got to work on my y's. My y's are pretty ugly. Y equals, what is 1 divided by 4? Can anybody tell me how I would put that as a fraction? Oh, sorry, this is negative 1. Negative 1 over 1 divided by 4. Can anybody tell me what that would give me? As a fraction. How would I put it as a slope? Remember that for number 1, when I had negative 2 divided by 3, that turned into 2 over 3. So if I have 1 over 4, 1 divided by 4, that's going to turn into 1 over
4.
Thank you. So that's going to leave me
Negative
with
1 over
negative 1 over 4. That negative is really important. Minus 1/4. Sorry, well, negative 1 over 4x minus 1/4. Y equals negative 1 over 4x minus 1/4. Is anybody confused about how we got here? All right, you have 1 minute. Figure out which of those 4 solutions is the correct answer. Go. Substitute in. I will be around to help you out. If you have an extra pencil for Kendravius Thomas, raise your hand high, please. Follow Avion, please. So, yeah, that's what we're doing now. That's negative 10. Don't forget the negative 10.
So what's going
It's gonna be 2. It's gonna be 2.5 or 2.5. And then the question is 2.5 minus 1/4 equal to 3? It's not.
No, X like you said X like Y.
You've already said that.
Y equals to X or
What? Y, so you just plug in the Y value. Plug in Y for Y and X for X. MX plus B. Yes. X plus B. Or plus whatever your Y is. Nope. No. You're plugging in Y for Y and X. Why are you doing negative 1? Okay.
Which one do I want?
Oh, yeah. No, you're not multiplying. The y is by itself. You're not multiplying anything by the y value. You're multiplying the x value by your slope.
Oh.
What's up, Tara? Okay. How can I help? Y equals negative 1 over 1. Negative 1 over 4x minus 1/4.
This is illegal.
I don't break his stuff. I don't break his stuff.
Well, put it back. Really?
I know, right?
I'm finna blackmail y'all. Give me y'all money. You know, I'm using too much money. Gary. Dr. Doofus.
Keep on dropping the man phone. Jalen, that's you. You the man. Miss A, they got your phone again.
So, let's get back to work now. We got to plug in our values. So, has anybody found a solution yet? In the 3 or 4 minutes? Javon, which one did you select as your answer? 3. Okay, let's plug in 3. So what's my y value? Because I'm always starting with the y. What's my y value in 3? Jeremiah Burks. What's my y value for number 3? So I'm going to have, so y is going to be -1. My y value is -1 equals -1/4 times x. What's my x value for number 3, Jeremiah Burks? -1 is the y value. What is it? 6. So -1/4 times 6. My marker's going out. I'll use a different one. So -1/4 times 6 minus 1/4. So, what is -1/4 times 6? Can we tell me what -1/4 times 6 is?
-1.
6/4.
Which simplifies to what? Which simplifies to? 1 equals -3/2 minus 1/4. Now, what is -3/2 minus 1/4? Can anybody tell me what -3/2? Another way to write this is -6/4 minus 1/4.
It's a 5.
That's going to equal
-5/4.
-5/4. Oh, sorry, since this is already negative, it'll be -7/4. Is 1 equal to -7/4?
No, it's not.
No, it is not. So, number 3 is not our correct answer. Let's try a different option. Somebody else give me a different option to try out. Cameron Dorsey, which option would you like to try?
Hey, I'm at number 1.
Number 1. Okay, let's try number 1. 3 is equal to -1/4 times -10 minus 1/4. Who can tell me what -1/4 times -10 is? Anybody?
You said 1 R, that's 2. Then -2.
No,
This will simplify
It's 2
to
on the
5/2.
yes, it will.
Now the reason, or 10/4, because you got, this is like saying 10/1, so you do 1 times, -1 times -10 gives me +10, and 4 times 1 gives me 4. So this would be 10/4. So 3 equals 10/4 minus 1/4. So 3 is equal to 9/4. Is this correct?
No, it's
No.
not.
Is 3 equal to 9/4? No. All right, Brooks, what option would you like to try, man? 4. Number 4. Okay. -2 is equal to -1/4 times 7 minus 1/4. So, -2, and what is -1/4 times 7? Can anybody tell me what -1/4 times 7 is? This is very, very basic, man.
Say what?
-1/4 times 7.
Oh, I can do that. Say what?
Pause it, Rebecca.
-7/4.
-7/4 minus 1/4. This is going to give me -2 is equal to -8/4. What does -8/4 simplify to, Eric Powell? What is it, Eric? -2, which is negative 2 over 1. Because when I divide top and bottom by 4, 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So I'm left with negative 2 over 1, which is the same as negative 2, which equals negative 2. So my correct answer is what?
D.
D. Absolutely. Number 4. So, I want everybody to flip to the next page. Let's get our independent practice part done. Let's get to work, man. Let's get to work. I will be around to help you. I know this is challenging work. Who knocked it over? Okay. So,